Ilui Nishmas Mindul Bas Yaakov Aleh Hashem, whose yard side is tonight. Le'iloi, what's that?
Different from LA.
Oh, what?
You know what I'm talking about.
Name?
Also Orlov.
Oh, wow. Okay.
One minute share also.
Le'iloi Nishmas Reb Meir ben Reb Yaakov Al Hashem, whose yard side was yesterday.
That's my grandfather.
For Meir's grandfather. Le'fuah Shleim L'noyim Moshe ben Devarim Yehudis. Also, would like to make a special welcome to everybody on Torah Anytime. Tonight, we start live with Torah Anytime, so Bruchim Abayim for all of you who are watching. And if you'd like to, if you enjoy the shiur and you want to share it, I think you have to, I'm not exactly sure what this means, but you have to hit follow me. I think that, or I think that's what you have to do. Azoy meinich. Okay, Avanan b'didan. Meirav Rabbi Sai. Zera Shimshon, Parshas Devarim. It's a few days before Tisha B'Av, Shabbos Chazoin. Letter Beis on page Reish Pei Aleph. Obviously, today's shiur is going to be focusing on what can we do to bring Mashiach. What can we do? Was is inzer avoida? What can we do personally, beprati ubekloli, to bring Mashiach b'mehera v'yameinu? It's so close. Zog the Zera Shimshon, he begins with the medrash on the pasuk. In the beginning of this week's parsha, Moshe Rabbeinu Eilu advar asher diber Moshe. Moshe is speaking. He says to them, Hashem Elokeichem hir be'eschem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has hir be'eschem, has multiplied you. V'hinchem hayom kechoich ve'hashamayim, and you are like the stars of the heaven. Lo roiv. Lo roiv means that there are so many of them. You are like the stars of the heaven. Lo roiv. Uncountable. Hashem Elokeichem Yosef Alechem Kachem elef pamim, should multiply you thousandfold. Vivarch eschem kashadiber lachem, and should bless you as kashadiber lachem. And then the next words are, Eicha esolevadi, how can I carry by myself? Torchachem masechem berivchem. He goes from the blessings to Eicha. Let's see, Rabbi Sai. Zog tehele gishim, Zera Shimshon. Shimshon Chaim ben Reb Nachman Mechol. Al aposik Hashem Elokeichem hir be'eschem. Zeu she'omar eshtachava el heicha kodshecha b'yirasecha. The blessings of Hashem hir be'eschem, is linked. It's kashur. It's connected to Eshtachva el heichal kodshecha, I shall bow down to you, el heichal, in the kodesh dika heichal, el heichal kodshecha b'yirasecha. V'hu tema. What exactly does the connection between these two psukim? Zog te Zera Shimshon. Let's learn a little bit of medrash. Let's learn some medrash. V'yuvim b'mayde ismai isa b'medrash. Eshtachava el heichal kodshecha. Hishtachavo. Bowing down. What does a person do when he bows down? Moidim. Showing an act of submissiveness. Showing, greeting in a way where it shows humility. That's the Pashup shot. Aber mizol wissen, you should know that hishtachavo, knowing how to bow down, is the key to bringing the Mashiach. And it's the key to all of our blessings. Shteit azoi. He quotes the Medrash. V'yuve b'made isa ala posik nishtachava v'nashuva aleichem. Avram Avinu, when he went to the Akedah, he went with Yitzchak. He saw in the distance, Vayar es hamokim merachik. Vayar es hamokim merachik. He saw the place. What did he see? He saw like a cloud. He asked Yitzchak, it brings down the Medrash, Yitzchak, do you see something? He says, yeah, I see a cloud. He asked the two Na'arim, he asked the two people who were with him, which was Elazar and Yishmael, do you see anything? Who is this? Yes. It's gezukt. We don't see nothing. Vayashkem Mavram Baboiker, he took the Shnei Na'arim, Vayelech el Amokem, Vayoyim Ashish V'yisa Avram Esen Vayas Amokem Mei Rachoik. He sees the place far away. Vayoyim Avram el Na'arav, Shuvu Lachem Poyim Achamor.
Stay here.
Stay here. Yeah, Yiddish. Blabdu. Blabdu. Stay here. Stay here. V'ani anar ne'elchad koi. We're going to go. V'nishtachave. V'nashuva aleichem. When we learn this pasuk, we don't always give it so much credibility. I mean, we don't think about it. V'nishtachave. I'm going to bow down. I'll bow down. Listen to what the Medrash says. V'nishtachave. He's quoting Rabbi Yitzchak. I'm going to read it in the original Medrash. Rabbi Yitzchak. Daf machen a Platz for Rabbi Jonathan. Rabbi Yitzchak. Oh. Take it. Hakol b'schus hishtachavo. Everything is in the merit of him bowing down. Avram leichazer mahar Maria b'sholem. If you want to know what was the secret of Avram Avinu returning, it's b'shtachavo. Like it says, v'nishtachva v'neshuva aleichem. That's number one. The Akedah, the success, hishtachavo. Continues the Medrash. The Zera Shimshon quotes it. Yisrael na'nigul el b'schus hishtachavo. When Yisrael was taken out of Mitzrayim, the first time Moshe Rabbeinu approached them and he said to them, HaKadosh Baruch Hu has remembered you. What happened? Vayamei na'am vayikdu vayishtachavu. And they bowed down. HaTorah lo nitna el b'schus hishtachavo. The Torah was given b'schus hishtachavo. How do I know that? Shnam, like it says, v'ishtachavisem mirachoik. When Moshe Rabbeinu at the end of Parshas Mishpatim, it says he went up to the mountain. Klal Yisrael stood in a distance. Vayishtachavu. Chano lo nifgedo ela b'schus hishtachavo. Chano, who gave birth to Shmuel. It's not here in the Zera Shimshon, but it's here in the Medrash. Shenema v'ishtachvu lifnei Hashem. Hagoliyos einay miskansois ela b'schus hishtachavo. Golis will end, and we will all be gathered together. B'schus hishtachavo shenema v'hoya hayoyim bayoyim ahu yitoka b'shoifar gadol vohu ha'oivdim be'eretz Ashur v'ishtachavu l'Hashem behar hakodesh. What will all the people do? V'ishtachavu. They will bow down. Beis HaMikdash lo nivna ela b'schus hishtachavo. Roimemu Hashem Elokeinu v'hishtachvu lahar kodshoi. Hamesim einam chayim ela b'schus hishtachavua. Tchias hamesim is because bo'u v'nishtachve v'nichroa nivracha lefnei Hashem oiseinu. When do we say that? Bo'u, come. Bo'u, nishtachve v'nichroa v'nivracha lefnei Hashem Elokeinu. Shabbos jede fratig banacht. You know what that means? In lechu niranina. Right at the beginning, when we enter Shabbos Kodesh, Bo nishtachvus azar. When Shabbos comes, it's azat chias hamesim. We bow down. Avraham, Chana, the Beis Hamikdash, Tchias HaMesim, Kibbutz Goliath, Geula, the first Geula Asida, Nishtachava. What is this? What's going on? Somebody can get a Gemara Kedushin, please. Is the Gemara Kedushin over there? The Gemara in Kedushin and Daf Lamed Aleph Amid Aleph. Oh. The Gemara says, thank you. The Gemara steht azoi. Amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Asur la'adam shiyahalech b'kayma zekufa arba amis. You can't walk around haughty with a kayma zekufa. Ki'ilu, you're standing up as a tall. Asur shiyelech arba amis. Shenemar meloi kol ha'oretz kivoidoi. Says Rashi, meloi kol ha'oretz kivoidoi mashma Hashem Yisbarach is mishtarvev v'yoyred lemata. HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes down to this world. The Rebbeinu Shalom mishtarvev means he hovers. Do you know where he is? He's on our shoulders. He's with us. Even when we're in Golus, Shechina imohem. Wherever a Yid is, the Rebbeinu Shalom is there. And if you stand up, it's looking like you're pushing him away. Psh. If you ever notice Heilige Menschen go around a little bit bent over. It's make a bracha zoikiv kefufim that you can get up that amount that you get up. As vidful, as much as you can get up. Zoikev kefufim because you're kafuf. But not to be moloi kamasai. HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Shechina is everywhere. When a person is mishtachaveh, he is bringing the Shechina lower down. When
respect to stand up straight?
It's a respect, one second. If you're standing in front of a melech and you have to give cover to a melech basar v'dam, so then that's one thing. But if you're in front of melech malchei amlachim, there's nobody else, and it's you in the Rebbeinu Shalom, then a person is supposed to be at that level of recognizing that wherever you go, Hashem is with you, and have the humility. Says the Zera Shimshon, we're going to take it even a step deeper. Zuk the Zera Shimshon. Matzinu b'hago shulchan aruch asur l'chol adam lipol apneim b'pishat yadayim v'raglayim. What the Arabs do, you ever see an Arab daven? The Arab that falls down, it's asur to do that. We are not allowed to do that. We don't daven that way. Va'afilu when? Yom Kippur, once a year. We're like by the once a year, and even then, only by the Avodah. Now, Va'afilu im ein sham even maskis, even if there's no stone, which is usher to do, because of Ashach, writes the Sifsei Koyin, she'ikar hishtachavo hi l'shem hamiyuchad. When a person is bowing down, a person is be'emes connecting to HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Shem HaMiyuchad, to the name of the Rebbeinu Shalom. How so? That's why there was the place to bow down. Once upon a time, when we had a Beis HaMikdash, we could be mishtachva there. V'ato she'ein lanu Beis HaMikdash onu maskir mes Hashem b'kinu ve'einenu oisem mishtachavo. We don't say Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, so we don't bow down, and we don't have a Beis HaMikdash. Says the Shach over here. He says like this. Vayar es hamokoim mirachik. Which place did he see, Rabbi Isai? Which place did he see? He saw Har Moriah. What is Har Moriah? Asher oimer bahar yeiro. He saw the Beis HaMikdash. He saw the Beis HaMikdash. I heard from my Rebbe. The Rebbe gesagt, Hashem is Meloi Kol Ha'aretz Kivoidai. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the source of everything. Not that the world is the place of Hashem. Hashem is the place of the world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is known as HaMokim. When a person is In Avelus, we say, Hamokoim Yenachem Eschem. Hamokoim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is known as the Mokoim of the world. Everything that exists in the world, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the reason it's there, and He not only created it, but He supported it. Which name did HaKadosh Baruch Hu use in the Bria? Bereshis bara Elokim. That was the name of Bria. But there's a name bigger than that. And that's the name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei that you can't say. And when you do say it, on Yom Kippur, everybody would bow down. Because then you would be Megala, the Heilige Nomen. Says the Ari HaKadosh and the Shach, over here is Meramis. The name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei is the source of Bria. If you took the name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei and took every prat and times it by itself, which means Yud times Yud, Hey times Hey, Vav times Vav, Hey times Hey. You took the name Yud times Yud is what? 100. Vav times Vav is 36. Hey and times Hey is 25. Hey times Hey is 25. 25 and 25 is 50. 186 is the gematria Mokoim. Mokoim is 186. The Rabbeinu Shalom, all the possibilities of the world exist because of this name Mokoim. Every prat in the world comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei. When a person is mishtachaveh, says the Shach, when a person is mishtachaveh and he sees in everywhere in the Bria is Kaviyachol the Rabbeinu Shalom. In every way, so he's bringing the Shechina down to this world. When Avram Avinu said, I'm going to go to that Mokoim, and then he could say Bahar Hashem Yeroah, because he was nishtachave, he was mevatel himself to that name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It was the first time in the Bria that a Jew, Avram Avinu, encountered the place and was able to bring down Hashrois HaShechina. Every year on Rosh Hashanah, when we blow the shofar, we're ma'oirer that koyach of Avram Avinu. We're ma'oirer with that tkiyah shofar. V'hoya bayoim hahu yitoka b'shofar gadol uvohu ha'oivdim be'eretz Ashur. V'ishtachavu l'Hashem. When the shofar blows, there's a hisoiris within the hearts of Jews to their true connection, which is Kaviyachot Tzum Rabbeinu Shalom and Suyenem Mokai. How are we going to know Mashiach is going to come? There's going to be a shofar. Right? Now, shine. There's going to be a shofar. I'll tell you a funny story. It's a Maisa Shahaya. I witnessed it myself. It's a funny story. I learned in Telz Yeshiva. I just tell you just about people or mitzapel, people who wait for Mashiach. People waiting for Mashiach. It's a funny story. It's a good one. The Bachrim, we're learning one Thursday night, and Bachrim will be Bachrim. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. They had finished learning, and someone was being a little bit funny. So he got a hold in the yeshiva and tells they had for in case chas v'shalom there'd be ever a fire, they had hoses, and the hoses they had like the reel from the fire department, because in tells there had been a fire many years, Nebuch, a tragic fire. So one guy unscrewed the pipe that you put where the faucet, and it sounds like a shofar. It was 3 a.m. and one mischievous bacher took the thing off and started blowing. There was a different bacher, a real tzaddik. What a tzaddik. He was in the bathroom. When Yena blew, he came running out. He says, he's here. Where is he? At Gehert the Koil Shofar. We should be on such a madrega. Where is he? He's here. The shofar will bring Be'ezus Hashem, because the shofar will awaken the kesher that we have, Kaviyachot Tzum Rabbeinu Shalom. The kesher apnimi of Yenen Nomen, of that name. Let's go weiter. Zog the Zera Shimshon. V'oid metzinu be'medrash rabba. Ala poslik Hashem Elokeichem hir be'eschem. Amar lahem. It's the next medrash over here. Amar lahem. Hashem Elokeichem hayoim atem kekoichavim. Today you are like stars. Avol la'osid lavoi, in the future, leroiv. Leroiv, the Gemara, the Medrash darshans, atem asidim liyos doimim lerabbeichem. You will be like your master. Ketzad, what does that mean? Ksiv, kan, ki Hashem Elokecha eish oichla. V'ksiv bi Yisrael la'osid lavai v'hoya or Yisrael la'eish u'kdoishav lelehava. You shall be, Klal Yisrael be like eish, or Yisrael la'eish u'kdoishav like a flame. Amar Rabbi Levi Bar Chama. This is not in the Zera Shimshon, but it's in the Medrash, and listen because it's so important. Amar Rabbi Levi Bar Chama. You want to know what it means now, you're like stars. But la'asad lavai, you're going to be fire, like Hashem. What does that mean? Says the Medrash. If a person serves avodah zarah, Haryu Kimoisai, we consider him like the avodah zarah. Shenam, like it says, Kimoihem yiyu oiseihem, Kimoihem yiyu oiseihem, like them shall be all those who serve them. Misha oivid lakodesh baruch hu loy kol shekain shiahei kimoisai. If you serve Hashem and you attach yourself to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you shall certainly be like Him. You know what that means? Ma HaKadosh Baruch Hu eish oichla, so too we shall be like Him. V'ro kol amei ha'aretz kishem Hashem nikra alecha v'yaru mimeka. When a Yid looks like a Yid, when a Yid acts like a Yid, when a Yid and La'asid Lavai, when the Mashiach will come, there'll be such a difference between us because the Chelek of Hashem within us, the Chelek of Hashem will shine forth, that other nations will see and perceive. Rabbi Sai, we don't even realize, and we don't even appreciate how holy we are. A Yid is so kadosh. A Yid has such kedusha. We are eish oichla, but we don't realize it because it's dormant. But as the Medrash 10, the Zera Shimshon teaches us, the more you connect to the Rabbeinu Shalom, the more you attach yourself to Hashem, the smaller we become in our own personality, in our own gaiva, the more empowered we are by Hashem, the more HaKadosh Baruch Hu shines upon us, the more you're ready to receive, the greater you become. Then become bigger and bigger. You know what a star is? Everybody knows that stars are huge. The sun is a star. The sun is a star, but it's a little bit closer than all the other stars, so therefore it's huge. The other stars are bigger than the sun. You're bigger than the sun too, but you're like a star. The light is so far away and there's so much darkness, it's so distant that we don't realize how much it is. But when you get closer and you can see how huge these stars are, then you see how much power there is. Klal Yisrael is like koichavim. We are like koichavim. We have tremendous amount of koich within us. Tremendous. But we ourselves don't recognize how much koich that is. Koich ve'hashamayim l'roiv, which eventually be like Rabchem. You'll have so much light kaviyachol that it'll look, you're not Hashem, but you're part of Hashem. And I want to repeat something over here, which we said a few weeks ago. Kedai to say it again, especially like we just said, the Torah, anytime people just came aboard. So we're going to share this point. And this is a Yesoid Gadol. Avram, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, their avodah, they're the ones who built the Beis HaMikdash. They're the ones who had already a vision of the Beis HaMikdash before it was built. Loika Avram shekara har, v'loika Yitzchak shekara sodeh, Ela ki Yaakov shekara bayis. Chazal say that Avram Avinu's understanding or his connection it was a mountain. A mountain is in this world, but it's up on a mountain. HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Shechina before Avram Avinu was gone. Adam, all the other people chased it away with all the sins, etc. He started bringing it down. It was on a mountain. Then Yitzchak continued. Vayetze Yitzchak lasuach basoda. Hashem Shechina came into as a field. It's on the same area. Yaakov Avinu ein zekiyim beis Elokim. V'zeh shara shamayim. He already revealed the gate. He already had a bias. How did they do it? Chazal say, the Gemara in Baba Basra, they conquered their Yetzer Hara. They conquered their Yetzer Hara. Says the Gemara in Baba Basra Yud Zayin. Bakoil mikoil koil Avram Yitzchak shloisha leisholep em Yetzer Hara. When Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov did anything in this world, it wasn't because of the Yetzer Hara. You go to eat, great food, viz yoichi, Baruch Hashem, Imamish filled us up, Baruch Hashem, with all this good food. Why do you eat? Because I'm hungry. My body wants. By Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, it wasn't what their body wanted. It was what their neshama wanted. They weren't eating because of their body. They were eating because of their neshama. And when Yaakov Avinu had children, it was his neshama through his body that was having children. And that's why Hashem became a shutif, shloisha shutfim ba'adam. And that's how Hashem became a shutif with Yaakov Avinu. So that Zera Yisrael is known as Am HaKodesh. Yaakov Avinu loy meis. How do I know? Mazaroi b'chayim, avhu b'chayim. We're going to learn a new pshat in this Gemara. The Zera of Yaakov Avinu is not Zera that's going to die. The Zera of Yaakov Avinu is the people who are going to be Lo'osid Lovei Kom L'Tchias HaMesim. Kol Yisrael Yesh Lo Chelek L'Olam Haba. Kol Yisrael. Yed Yid. No matter where you are, you have a Chelek in Olam Haba. Zogt mein Rebbe. Yaakov is Gematria Makom. Yaakov is Gematria Makom. How? Yud, Ayin, Kuf, 180. Beis, 182. I said Makom is 186. Says the Rebbe. But if you add Yud, Ayin, Kuf, Beis, it's another 4. So you get 186. So I asked Reb Tzvi Cheshen, walking back from the Shiur, 37 years ago. I asked him, I said, Tzvi, it doesn't fit. What kind of business is this? You have to add the letters Yud, Ayin, Kuf, Beis. If it's a gematria, it's a gematria. What kind of business is this? Hat mir gesagt, and this is the knack of the Vart. He said, listen, some people, when you count letters, you can count a letter, how much is the letter worth? Yud is worth 10. Kuf is worth 100. Beis is worth 2. So Kuf is worth more than Beis, correct? Because Kuf is 100, the other one is 2. But let's not forget that every letter is a letter too. Every letter is mitzad echad, there's its value, and mitzad sheni, the alphabet, the aleph beis, is made up of 22 letters, correct? So aleph is a letter, beis is a letter, gimel is a letter. In the shvei erech, that one is worth more than the other. But as a fact that they're all letters, aleph is a letter, as kuf is a letter, as resh is a letter, as gimel is a letter. When you want to count Yidden based on Yaakov Avinu, Yaakov is the one who was mechadesh that Yisrael afal pi shechata Yisrael hu. Yaakov Avinu was mechadish that although Avram had an Yishmael, Gaon, and Esav was born by Yitzchak, Gaon, Yaakov Avinu's kinderlach, there's no such a thing as Gaon. You're born a Jew, you're always a Jew. He created Anayim Mokoim. His mokim is we are born thanks to his kesher to the Rabbeinu Shalom. Him, of course, Yitzchak and Avram. But once chutam is shulish, loy b'meheri yenotek. Once the three of them work together, so you're Jewish no matter if you do mitzvahs or if you don't do mitzvahs. No matter if you're an aleph or a kuf, or you're a beis or you're a hey. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be observant to be a Jew. Born a Yid, you never sever the ties. Ma zaroi bechayim. Avhu bechayim. Just like the kinderlach. It's a type of connection. Shloisha shutfim ba'adam. Shloisha shutfim. Who are these three shutfim? Tati, Mami, the Rabbeinu Shalom. When did that happen? With Yaakov Avinu. With Avram, with Avram and Sarah, with Yitzchak and Rivka. They were mechaber HaKadosh Baruch Hu's rotzain and shutfis. Only Jewish people have that. We have neshama shenasata bi tahirahi. So when you walk around or when you bow down, the Shechina is with you. You're a walking, continual Shechina. When you're mishtachaveh, you're bringing the Shechina down lower to this world. When you come the Heichal Kodshecha, you bring the Eshtachaveh el Heichal Kodshecha. A Yid vos biktzach, a Yid that bows down, is bringing the Shechina down to this world. It started with Avram, and when HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe Rabbeinu to tell Klal Yisrael, I'm going to take them out, you know what they did? They bowed down. They were nigalu, because they brought the Shechina here. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I want to build a base, I make this Nishtachava beheichal kodshecha. I bow down beheichal kodshecha to your heichal. That's called mokoim. That's HaKadosh Baruch Hu's mokoim. In the Kaviyachol, the person who's responsible for creating that mokoim, that Yidden, I can now be connected to the Rabbeinu Shalom, is Yaakov Avinu. How is he Gematria Mokoim? Not just because Yaakov Avinu is 182. Fakert, he's 186. How come? Because I'm going to count his letters Pa'amayim. Once for what they do, because there's value in what they do. And a second time because Du bista kind, because you're Yaakov Avinu's child, so Mamela, you're in. Ha Mokoim. This Bechina of Mokoim Yenachem Eschem will bring you a Nechama. To know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the Mekoimai of Klal Yisrael, and that we are His Mekoim. That's our Nechama. Ha Mekoim Yenachem Eschem. The fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the mokum. That's why the Gemara says you walk around, B'kaim is chufa. He's on your shoulders. You're pushing him away. Bista bal gaiva. You have to be humble. The Rebbeinu Sham's here. The midah of hishtachava is what brings the Shechina lower down into this world. That's the koyach. Says the Medrash. Let's see if we can go back. Says the Medrash. Ala posuk Hashem Elokeichem here be'eschem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will be marbe you. You know why? Because it says Eshtachva el heichal kodshecha. The fact that our hishtachava can make a Beis HaMikdash, our haughtiness, chas v'shalom, can push away the Shechina, but our humbleness, our togetherness, our being subservient, our being connects us to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Says the Medrash, if a goy is called kemoisem yiu oiseyem, is by klai zodach zicher azoy. The kesher that a yid has to the Rebbeinu Shalom, and the kesher that the Rebbeinu Shalom has to us, is like no one else. When the Mashiach will come, b'meheiru Ameinu, we'll see that kesher. Eshtachava el heichal Hashem will be able to bow down b'yirasecha, because we're going to feel that. You know who brought it? We did. Should be zoicha bezus Hashem b'meheiru v'Ameinu. Chananya ben Akash.